What a beautiful day. Everyone agrees. It could have been raining, but its sun is shining, as some of your shoulders are showing. It's a beautiful night. Now, we are going to kick things straight off, and we are going to invite the groom's parents, Pat and Sophie.
Where's my dear wife? Are you coming up here to enjoy the limelight for 5 minutes? This will only be a short speech of about 3 hours. So, just a little potted history. It's called Michael Meets Caitlin. So Michael went to this party one night and he came back and he looked like an impressed young lad. And it wasn't long after that he started buying nice clothes. Except for the boots. The boots stayed the same, big chunky boots. And he started going out regularly on a regular basis, and I said to him, Michael, where are you off to tonight, mate? I'm going to see George. Oh, okay, mate. Do you want to, here's the microphone. Or a mate, he might have said a mate. But anyway, he was going out. There were a few occasions when he said he was going to see his mate George, and I thought, righto, George is a nice bloke, but he's got a buffhead on him. And I don't know why you want to go and see him that regularly, dressed in a nice shirt and pants. So this went on for a while. I said, hey, Michael, I said, this George you're seeing. I said, it's not Georgie, is it? The name's not Georgie? No, Dad, it's Caitlin. So onward the relation went. It got a little bit more serious, a little bit more steady, and Michael brings Caitlin home and we can meet her, and that was a fantastic thing. It was a pleasure to meet Caitlin. She struck me then as somebody with a lot of determination, a beautiful looking young lady, a lot of prospects, very well educated, very well mannered, and with a great deal of integrity. And I think nothing since I've met Caitlin has ever made me change my mind about that. We love our son very much as well. We think he's a great person. We're very lucky to be able to call him a friend and a mate. That's a great thing for parents, I think, to have a son like that. Before I get too lost in praising these two, we thought we'd put them to the test. So Michael wanted Caitlin to cohabit with him, and we thought, well, the best test we can put them to is to put them in a small cabin. So we all know how hard it is sometimes to live with other people, to make allowances, especially in a new relationship. But if you put them in a small cabin, the problems are multiplied by 10. And to our surprise, they survived. And we thought, well, if they can do this for 12 months, they're going to survive anything. And so I think that's just the test that we had to put them to. So I better just brush up on my notes now. So I guess in finishing up, there's probably a lot of things I could say. There's a lot of things I don't want to be here all night, and neither do you, so we'll get this over and done with. Caitlin and Michael, we know your love for one another will be a fortress against the ups and downs that life will present to you. And we wish you both all the heartfelt best for your future together. So, well, I'm supposed to propose a toast. I don't have a glass, but let's say, here's to Michael and Caitlin. Thank you.
We are going to hear from the bridesmaids and the groomsmen. So, and I don't have an order, so I'm assuming that rock, paper, scissors. Let's have a representative from the groomsmen and a representative from the bridesmaids. And they'll rock, paper, scissors it to see who goes. Well, whoever wins gets to choose who goes first. All right, you're up for the... Yeah, you got to rock, paper, scissors. All right.
Best of 3 or 1?
Always best of 3. Always. What a stupid question. Okay, so you also have to go at the same time or it doesn't work. I'll count. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, that's one. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, tiebreaker. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh! So does that mean the boys go first? Is that what that means? All right. Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, g'day, I'm Daniel Stanley. I'm one of Michael's best men. Yes, I have taken my sunglasses off. I've just neglected the Tasmanian sun, clearly. Yeah, g'day everyone. Like I said, I'm Daniel, and thanks so much for everyone to come in today. It's been really special to be able to celebrate the wedding between Michael and Caitlin in such a nice venue. And also a massive thank you to all the staff that made this possible. Yeah. So I met Michael in prep. So 2001, 2000, 1999, one of them. Yeah, so going back a long way. When I first met Michael, we realised we shared 2 main interests. It was the game of handball and Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2. Michael was always better at that than me. But, you know, he doesn't game anymore, so... And if you know Michael, you know that he's just really good at every sport he ever tries. So, like, doesn't matter what it is, he was just the one to beat throughout the whole of the primary school. A few years later, Michael was there for me when a really traumatic event happened in my life. Not many people know this, but I actually got my pen license taken away from me in primary school, just because my handwriting's so shit. Yeah, Faz was really there for me, so thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, so yeah, after that we grew older and stuff, and we started going through a phase of getting our licenses and stuff, and then we finally got our Ps and all that, and we got up to some pretty interesting things. Probably to Pat and Soph, all the damage on the Honda Jazz is probably easily explained by that. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Just, I do believe we have a police officer in the building today, so we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so one day Michael turned to me and he just started talking about plants. And like, I just blew it off that, you know, he just didn't know how to read the room, and he just he just brung up weird conversations, you know. So he just started talking about plants. And because I don't really care about the scientific names of plants, Michael, in case you hadn't known. Yeah, you still haven't picked up on that. Yeah, you're still going to tell me. But yeah, after that, it didn't stop with the plants. So then he started working at Green Hill Nursery, and he decided to follow his passion, which I'm, you know, super proud of him for doing. Yeah, so the next bit was, from this point on, Michael and I caught up for, you know, we both lived in the Kingston area, and we caught up for, you know, a kick of the footy, a few overs in the nets, or just some KFC. And yeah, he just couldn't stop talking about plants. But then one day, ladies and gentlemen, something changed. Yeah, I didn't really need to turn the page to tell you that, eh? One day something changed, and it was no longer talk about plants. It was talk about a girl named Caitlin. He showed me a picture of her, and from that day on, he could not stop talking about her. And Caitlin, I thank you from the bottom of my heart because he finally stopped talking about plants. Thank you so much. Ever since then, I've been fortunate enough to be able to witness the growth and the love that these two have for each other. Obviously reflecting on Pat's speech, if they can survive that cabin, they can survive anything. Living literally under each other's feet, that's amazing. So, I couldn't be more proud of Michael as well. Not so long ago, he started his own business, and I'm just incredibly proud of how far you've come with that and everything. I'm trying not to tear up while saying this, but I'm just very proud of you, bro. To the lovely bride, Caitlin, you're such a genuine, caring, honest person. I'm so glad that Michael has found someone like you to share the rest of his life with. Someone that can not only be there for him in the hard times, but also just to make him laugh, like this ridiculous laugh that he has when he just cackles out laughing. It's really, really special to know that he's got someone there. It's just awesome. So where are we? We got to... let's just have a look at her in that dress, guys. Let's just have another look. Rightio, so I've been talking for a while, so I think we need to wrap things up because every minute I talk longer is another minute that we have to delay watching Michael's dance lessons turn out. I'd all like for you to join me in raising a glass to the happy couple. May their future hold wealth, health and happiness for everything they could ever hold in the future. To Caitlin and Michael. No worries.
Yeah, good speech, mate.
Hi everyone, if you haven't met me, I am Harriet, one of the Maid of Honours. Hi. Over the past 4 years that I've known Caitlin, I've seen her prioritise everyone else's happiness, but today it is time to prioritise hers. So, when Caitlin first asked me to be her Maid of Honour, I was absolutely flattered, but as the big day approached, she asked me to give a speech, and I'm not a very confident speaker. And I tried my best to get out of it, but as I'm sure Michael can tell you, it's almost impossible to tell Caitlin no and get away with it. I'm just kidding. So I first met Caitlin when she started working at Flight Centre. She was assigned to my store and we quickly became very close. We've done so much together. Wow, I don't like this. It's so hard. Okay. Okay, we have done so much together and we have so many amazing memories, from kayaking together over crystal clear water in Vanuatu, to stacking it on inflatable water parks together, to drinking 14 bottles of soju at a karaoke bar the night before her wedding dress fitting, and we had the worst hangover of our lives, and I haven't been drunk since because that was just so Anyway, Caitlin, there really aren't any words to describe the kind of friend you have been to me. We probably know more about each other than we care to. We've laughed together, cried until we laughed until we cried. Wow. Wow, well, it was really loud, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna go now. Okay, can you guys all turn around? This is so embarrassing. Okay. We've been there for each other through some of the hardest times in our lives and have been grateful to experience some of the best times in our lives. You've helped me through so much and I'm forever grateful for you. The friendship that we share is like no other, and I love you so much and I'm truly so happy to call you one of my best friends. Can't wait to share so many more memories together. I've had the opportunity to watch Caitlin grow, change, and evolve into the most magnificent woman that sits here before us today. Hold on. Okay. Caitlin is driven, intelligent, kind-hearted, and absolutely hilarious. She puts forth effort and dedication into everything she does, determined to succeed. I know for sure she will approach her new role as a wife in the exact same way. Michael, you're also driven, intelligent, and kind, and I honestly believe that you are the perfect match for Caitlin. Ever since she first told me about you, I knew you were the one. Michael, you make her feel so safe, so loved, and so at home. I'm so grateful that the universe has aligned these two beautiful souls together. We both know they are phenomenal individuals, but together they are truly unstoppable. I know you will have challenges, as all relationships do, but you know what's great about love and relationships and marriages? It's learning to grow together, caring and sharing, and lots of tenderness, and maybe a bit of patience, or maybe a lot. Michael and Caitlin, as you both sit side by side through this roller coaster of life, remember to scream through the peaks, hold hands through the dips, laugh through the loops, and enjoy every twist and turn, for the ride is better when you share it together. So let's raise our glass to the beautiful Mr. and Mrs. Fazackerley, and to the power of love that makes all these wonderful things happen. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Oh, what's this cake doing on the beer stand? Fucking ridiculous. All right. G'day, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. I hope everyone's having a good day. Caitlin, you look great today. All the hard work you guys have gone through to sort of get things to where they are today, it's been a great day. So one all of us are going to remember. For those who don't know me, I'm Ray. Faz and I have known each other for a long time. And in that time, there's been a lot of memories, a lot of fun, a lot of which I can't share tonight. Faz and I originally met, like most mates do, through his mum when I was in grade 10. I was this annoying little 16-year-old who kept pestering him to play another match of badminton. Obviously, I always won, but it's nice to do some charity every now and then. As Faz and I became close, I learned a lot from him. How to say no to people and how to live life by my morals. Just to name a few. It felt like I always had a lesson to learn from him about life. And one afternoon when we went, boy oh boy, wowee. One afternoon we went out taking Sophie's mighty Honda to get some lunch at a place Faz had been raving about. We parked outside North Hobart under a tree, and Faz decided he'd teach me another important life lesson. It started as every conversation goes when Faz has a great idea. Oh, hey man. Did you know you can throw your keys up into tree branches and they'll always come back to you? I replied, nah man, did I really? And he goes, oh man, I can't believe you don't know this. I'll show you. So he proceeds to take Sophie's car keys and launch them up into this tree as hard as he can. For the next minute, we both stare at this tree, utterly perplexed. His keys had indeed not come back. Faz looks at me worryingly. Oh man, I swear, they normally always fall down. Long story short, after jumping fences and searching for 40 minutes and finally admitting defeat, Faz had to call Sophie and explain how he's lost his car keys. because he decided to throw them into a tree. Needless to say, she wasn't impressed. And from that I've learnt, and now you have too, probably don't throw your car keys into a tree. And for those of you who don't know, these types of events aren't really unusual for Faz. In an effort not to share too many more important lessons to you, congratulations, Faz and Caitlin. I wish you both the very best. From day one, you're all Faz has talked about. And in Craig's words, thank God you've taken him off our hands. Look at each other and remember what you have is special. So cheers. Oh, well, raise your glasses, go on. So cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Fazackley. Thank you for showing us what love and happiness really is. Congratulations, I love you both. Oh, fuck that up at the start, eh? There you go. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So for those that don't know me, my name's Raquel and I'm the other maid of honour and I'm also the third wheel in Caitlin and Michael's relationship. When I first met Caitlin, I didn't think we would become friends. She seemed like this party animal that didn't know really how to slow down. But after several car rides to parties, jazzercise classes and painting adventures on the beach, I got to know the kind heart of this beautiful woman. Caitlin is one of the strongest and most determined women I know. I have seen her determination and persistence through achieving her dream job, purchasing her dream house, and planning this beautiful wedding all in 12 months. What a bloody year, girl. Caitlin lights up every room, and no, that is not because of your red hair. This is more because of your contagious energy and a laugh that also turns into a snort that we love so very much. In terms of being a best friend, Caitlin has always been a good listener, which is a quality I value in a friend who's always there through thick and thin, sometimes too honestly, and calls it like she sees it. We have had so many amazing and crazy times in our friendship. Some of my best memories are our girls on tour trips. Taking our top end trip, for example. We piled our suitcases into a camper van and hit the road for about 3 weeks, travelling from Darwin to Alice Springs. It was an amazing trip filled with Matzo's mango beer, which I'm sure you've all had a try. It's on the menu. Definitely got to have some more of that one. Some amazing swims in the waterholes, camel rides, and singing along to Queen on the top of our lungs while on the road. But we've also had some pretty scary moments. The first one was when we drove from Kakadu Park and came across a large bushfire with no reception and no cars driving past. My mind flashed back to watching the ABC drama series on the 2020 fires not 2 weeks earlier. Where's Matt? Thanks, Matt, for putting that vivid memory into me. Finally, probably the most scariest memory of all was when Caitlin accidentally left her purse on the front seat of our camper van. We were then robbed at 3 a.m. that morning. However, a funny spin I tell myself about that night is on the side of the road, we found out that Caitlin's taste in bags, jewellery and gin just wasn't good enough for those picky Territorians. All of those memories have been moments we got through together that made our friendship stronger. I feel so blessed to have a beautiful, wise, hilarious, crazy and kind-hearted friend in my life. But today, we're here to celebrate the marriage of Mr. and Mrs. Fazackley. Michael, I have known you as long as I have known Caitlin, and I couldn't have think of a more perfect guy to be Caitlin's husband. You continue to be Caitlin's safeguard, and you know when and how to be the man she needs and when she truly needs you. You have such a kind and gentle soul who knows how to make her feel loved, respected, and appreciated. Now, it may have taken you 6 months to paint that sign, but you still got it done before the wedding, and that's what matters most. I'm sure one day Caitlin will forgive you for all of that stress. Most importantly, you match her energy. I don't know many people with the same energy as both of you, and sometimes I feel like I'm in a madhouse when you both let loose. But you do things together, and my gosh, you continue to impress many with the amount you have achieved in such a small time. Michael, you are not only the husband of my best friend, but you are such a good friend of mine. You have always been around for advice and a good laugh, to help out when my garden needs a mow or I need new furniture, when sadly Matt's not in Tassie. You're such a good person, and your friendship means a lot to me, my partner Matt, and the many others you continually touch your presence with. Unfortunately, being friends with both partners has almost gotten me in trouble, particularly when I had to keep a secret about Michael's proposal. Normally, I'm a terrible liar, just ask Matt over there. But once Michael had filled me in on the details about his planned proposal, I knew I couldn't give anything away. The morning of the proposal, Caitlin called me up as she had a bad day and Michael wanted to take her to Bruny Island. I had Caitlin almost in tears, because she wanted to stay home, and the last thing she wanted to do was travel for 2 hours just to hang out with Michael's mates, on her only day off as well. Now, normally in these situations, I would be understanding and sympathetic, but that morning I had to do everything in my power to make sure she went with Michael. I was so close to just screaming into that phone to tell her what this trip was actually about, but luckily I held that one in. Caitlin, of course, went to Bruny Island that day with Michael, and I'd like to think it was because of that phone call I had with her that we are here today. So today is your wedding day. I still can't believe I'm saying those words. This is a day that two beautiful souls become one and embark on life together. They say that a successful marriage requires falling in love many times. Many of us have been lucky to fall in love before, but real love is when you're able to fall in love with the same person over and over again. You are able to surprise each other in ways that are always new, and it is not always good times that make you fall in love. You can fall in love during the hard times as well. And that is where you will need to lean on each other and cry on each other's shoulders. For all the time that they have spent getting to know each other, they still continue to fall in love as if they are still in the honeymoon stages. To never get tired of one smile, the little gestures of thoughtfulness that they show, and they still care, even after all this time. This is real love. I know I am not alone when I say that it is a joy to see Caitlin and Michael fall in love with each other day after day. The beauty of such a love is something that words cannot fully describe. So I end my speech by raising my glass to Caitlin and Michael. Let us continue to witness and celebrate the remarkable love that this remarkable, beautiful couple shares. Cheers. So much to juggle.
All right. It's time to hear from the bride's parents. Who's first?
X marks the spot. Thank you. Oh, wait, I need a drink. Thanks. It's called Dutch courage. Wow, what a big day. My baby girl got married today. Wow. Life flashes before your eyes so damn quickly. And I can remember when she was a little girl just brought into this world, and it just feels like almost yesterday. And today I walked her down the aisle. Caitlin is an incredibly special lady. She is one of the most focused and really awe-inspiring person that I know. She is incredibly determined, and she likes to get what she wants. And I know that resonates with a lot of people, and a lot of people can obviously identify that in her. Caitlin, growing up, she loved to read. But sometimes when you read books, you don't quite understand how words get pronounced, and you make it up in your mind. And Caitlin had this little world of fantasy that she lived in that was absolutely remarkable, but she was so determined that she was right. She would not ever allow you to correct her. She was right. Like the one she came back from school and she just said, "Dad, I'm devastated." And we went, "What is devastated?" No, devastated. And I said, "Don't you mean devastated?" "No, it's different from devastated. I'm not devastated. I'm devastated." And then when Storm and I would be talking about it, she'd go, "Hey, I know you talking about me. I've got eyes in the back of my feet, eh?" But some of the things that Caitlin was really good at, she's always been inspired to be better. She's always had a goal of what she wants to be. It changes quite often, as like her hairstyles, but she always has these goals. And I remember walking on the beach just after we got to Australia from South Africa, and she went, "Mom, Dad, look at me, I'm a horse." And she tried to jump over seaweed. She fell, she didn't make it over, but she wanted to be a horse, and she really, really wanted to be a horse. Yeah. And if you can believe it, if you can dream it, you can believe it, you can be it. And she wanted to be a horse. She came back the one day and she said myself, and she says, "I actually know what I want to do for the rest of my life." "Well, what?" "I want to be a modeler." "What is a modeler?" "No, I want to be a modeler. I want to be a modeler." So throughout her life, she was really focused on what she wanted to be, and she has always had these real great goals. And she went into hospitality. She's been incredibly independent, and she really looked at every opportunity in terms of getting a step forward in the world and becoming even more independent than she was already. And she's been successful in everything she's done. And every time, I was talking to Julia earlier, after her little foray in hospitality, she then decided, travel's good. And she went into Flight Centre, and she was just remarkable what she did over there. And then she decided, well, COVID happened and travel's not going to work. Time to pivot again. And she found what she wanted to do, and she went, "Oh, I want to be a correctional officer." And she made it happen. So for somebody to have that much determination, that much drive at such a young age is absolutely remarkable. For her to be able to, with her life partner and her husband now, Michael, achieve what they've achieved this year in terms of planning a wedding, buying a house, and everything else at their young age is absolutely remarkable. And I really take my hat off to you. But Caitlin really can do anything that she wants to set her mind at. And Caitlin phoned me 2.5 years ago and went, "Dad, I'm in a dilemma. I want to travel. And I want to travel the world, and I want to do a whole year of just traveling, and I want to help refugees, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and, working holiday of travel. But I met this guy. And, I really don't want to mess up my plans to travel." So I said, "Well, you're only going to travel in 18 months' time." So she said, "Yeah. But what if this works?" And I said, "Well, what's the longest relationship you've ever had?" She says, 11 months. So I said, "So what you got to worry about? Have the relationship, you'll be done and dusted, and you'll travel." But maybe the relationship will work. And maybe travel won't be your biggest priority. And 2.5 years later, here we sit, Mr. and Mrs. Fazakli. So Michael comes along, and Michael has, because we live in different states and because we've gone through 2.5 years of COVID, you know, we've had 2.5 years of COVID, you've had 2.5 years of relationship. You know, is there some sort of signal there? Anyway, but if you can survive COVID, you can survive anything. So, but for 2.5 years, I haven't really got to know Michael really well. I've had a couple of really good interactions with him. But I'll never forget the day when that phone rang and I saw Michael Fazackerly phoning, and I went, uh-oh, this is it. This has got to be it. And it was. Hi, how are you? How are things going? You know, small talk, really unsuccessful. But anyway, get down to the question. Well, I've been thinking about, you know, and I'd really love your blessing. And I've been thinking about, well, I said, well, how long down the thoughts are you? Have you got a ring yet? Have you got, no, that's in progress. So I said, well, all I want to say to you is, my only advice is Caitlin has always dreamt of a fairy tale. Give her the fairy tale. And today, I see Caitlin's fairy tale. What a beautiful wedding, and you've worked so hard to make this happen. And, you know, to me, the most stress you put me through in my entire life was getting the cake from down there to here, which was already doomed to start with. But anyway, I did make it, and the cake did get to the refrigerator. But I will never ever forget the moment that I had the first viewing, and Storm and I were standing there, and we got told, okay, we can turn around now. And it was like a sonic boom hit me, boom. She was drop dead gorgeous. She was more than I could ever have imagined. And I realized that I have my daughter, the modeler.
Mother the psycho.
Yeah, she also called Storm a psycho instead of psychic. But anyway, she told all her friends, oh, my mom's a psycho. But we're here to celebrate a really, really special day. To Mr. and Mrs. Fazackerly, you know, I wish you and we wish you the very, very, very best of that life has to offer. I think Raquel said really, really well in terms of to become one today. And right now, from today onwards, the two of you are the most important things in this world to each other, and nothing ever must stand between you. So to you, and I really wish for all of us to have a final toast to Mr. and Mr. Fazackerly. We wish you the very, very best for the rest of your lives together. Cheers.
We've come from Huonville. Kingston Beach. Botswana. And we've all come here just for one reason, and that's to see us walk down the aisle and kiss each other. So it's pretty weird when you think about it like that. But what it all comes down to is, on behalf of Caitlin and I, words can't describe how special this is to have everyone here in this room together from all these walks of life, interacting with each other, meeting each other, different generations coming together, meeting each other. It's a very, very special moment, and I hope everyone takes the time today to realise how special that is. I've got a moment in time where, you know, I've got my parents here, and Caitlin's got her parents here, and we've got our other loved ones nearest and dearest, and we're all here in the same room together. And we're just very blessed to have everyone in the same room together. And so thank you. To Caitlin as well, thank you for making this the most amazing day of my life. Amazing day of my life so far. And yeah, I'll just leave it as that. So thank you very much.